So I'm heading over to see a fellow Amazon seller and a fellow YouTuber actually. She's brand new to YouTube. She's got an awesome channel and I want to get her honest opinions on what she feels about selling on Amazon. And actually she's changed her strategy a little bit from selling on Amazon. And I want to make sure that you get the absolute truth about how all of this works and what's actually good for her and what could be good for you. So I'm gonna head out right now and see what she has to say. Also bought myself a really nice new car. Lovely keys. Yeah. Yeah, boy. Check this out. Woo! You know, it's gravy in here. Got that little. Also, she has a super cute dog that we're gonna go play with. Woohoo! Rolling, by the way.
Huh?
This is rolling.
Oh, hello! Hi, everybody!
Hello.
Very calm.
Hello. So today I'd like to welcome to the channel Veronica Mazzetti. Thank you for coming. Tell us a little bit about yourself and then we'll jump straight into the questions.
Well, thank you for having me on your channel. It's actually a pleasure to be here. I have started a YouTube channel recently myself and I make videos every week on how to leverage the power of the internet to become your own boss.
So tell us, why did you start Amazon?
So I started selling on Amazon about 2 to 3 years ago. And at the time I was looking for a way to make money online like most people do. I was in a job that I wasn't particularly enjoying at the time. And I just wanted to find a way to start my own business, which is something I had always wanted to do. Came across Amazon, it seemed like a great opportunity. It seemed like something I could get started whilst I was working. And it kind of went on from there. I did some research on how to follow the process. I then did a course as well at the time and got started just like that. It was kind of one day I decided I was going to do it and the next I decided to just go for it. And the reason I was looking for an online business to pursue was because I've always wanted to have the flexibility to be my own boss, choose my own hours, choose the work that I do, be really passionate about what I do and not have a cap on my salary. Something I learned very quickly in the corporate arena is that yes, you can make good money, but there's always a limit as to how much you can earn unless you get a bonus or a promotion. And I just wanted to have the opportunity to be as successful within a shorter period of time than the average progression path that you have when you're in a full-time job.
So what did you think made you successful on Amazon?
I think I would put it down to 3 things, really. The first one was product research and making sure that you know how to carry out efficiently. You know what you're looking out for. And the type of product that, in theory at least, meets the criteria that is going to make it likely for it to be successful. So that was the first, because product research was completely new to me. I didn't even know it was a thing. I thought you just picked a product you wanted to sell and off you go. So that was a great starting point. The second thing for me, I think, was going above and beyond what everyone else was doing. So looking at things like the packaging, going into the comments to look at of similar products that we're already selling, and looking at what people were complaining about. And by the way, if you can hear that, that's my puppy. That's my puppy Jasper. So we'll just pretend you can't hear him drinking his water and just carry on, right? So yeah, going above and beyond and making sure that you are delivering the most value to your customers as you can possibly deliver. Okay, so the second thing I would say was going above and beyond what everyone else was doing. So we looked at complaints that other competitors had on their product to see what wasn't working with similar products within the market and reaching out to our suppliers to fix those problems before we put the product onto the market. We looked at things like the branding, the packaging. Everyone had pretty much standard packaging. We went a step further and made sure that the item arrived looking great and people were really pleased with it. And we added a few bits to the product to make it a a better offer, better value to the customer. So they weren't just getting the original product, but they were also getting a couple of extra things. So I think that made a huge difference. And the last thing I would probably say was just making sure I was educated enough to know what the steps to take are, and being really thorough and not skipping any steps to make sure that you're actually following the structure that you know works. Because I feel like if you get lazy and you think, oh, I don't really need to do that, it will come bite you in the ass later on.
Yeah.
And so you just be thorough. Being thorough really helped me out. I feel like everything went as smoothly as it could have gone.
So why did you stop selling on Amazon?
Okay, so at the time, it was really a combination of things. So I was working full-time in a corporate position, and I was promoted at the same time that I started to see real growth within the Amazon business. So it was a matter of having to juggle both successfully and efficiently. Around the same time, I really, really wanted to buy a property, and I knew that leaving my job wasn't an option, because here in the UK, if you want a mortgage, it's much easier to get one approved by the bank if you have a regular income coming into your bank account. So I thought, okay, I can't really leave my job at the moment, but Amazon was getting to a point where it needed more and more work. And then what happened was we actually sold out before the new stock had arrived. So we'd made some improvements, some changes to our product, and that had taken longer than expected. And during the period that we sold out, quite a few competitors came into the market and we got pushed down. And I knew that it would take quite a bit of work for me to to get us back up to first page, which is where we were. So we were Amazon's choice for a while. And it was just a bit frustrating. And I thought I didn't have enough capacity at the time to do that successfully, do my job at work successfully, and I had to pick. And given that I wanted to buy a property, I decided to sell out. I didn't sell the products or anything like that. I just let them sell out organically. Mm-hmm. Bearing in mind, we didn't do any PPC with the product. We kind of just waited for it to sell. It didn't take very long. And then we pulled the money out of the business and then actually used that towards the deposit for the house. So it was a circumstantial decision.
Should others stop selling on Amazon?
Absolutely not. I mean, if you've started on Amazon and it's going well for you, then no. One thing I would say, however, is to make sure that you are diversifying your income streams. So if you've made Amazon your only way of making money, I would really, really consider looking at your options as to how else you can bring in some profits, because something that has happened to me more recently was that my account was suspended, and it was purely because I created a new account with Amazon. I didn't go through the verification process within the time frames that they set because I was on holiday, and they suspended my account. I sent God knows how many emails to the team, and they were just responding with standard responses, and I was getting so frustrated. And that was frustrating enough for me, and I didn't have any stock. I wasn't selling anything, but it gave me a glimpse as to how frustrating it really would be and how difficult it would have been had Amazon been my sole form of income. So no, absolutely not. If you've started selling on Amazon and it's going well for you, then carry on. Amazon, I think, is a great platform to get started with. What I would say, however, is make sure that as soon as you are able to, you diversify your income streams, because what you don't want to do is put all of your eggs in one basket. And let's say Amazon goes down tomorrow, which I know is very unlikely. You don't have a business because they own your customers, they own the traffic, they have your stock. You literally don't have anything yourself. So I think it's very wise, even if Amazon is going really well for you, to make sure that you have different income streams so that if anything happens with Amazon, you're still okay and financially stable.
So what are you doing now, and why did you decide to do this?
I'm now going through a process of diversifying my income streams. So I am still looking at Amazon, and I'm working to launch a new product with a new brand probably in Q3, Q4. But I'm also doing social media marketing for other businesses, and I'm concentrating on building my personal brand with the aim of helping anyone else who is stuck in a job in a 9 to 5, who doesn't want to be in that situation, and how they can, like I said at the beginning, leverage the power of the internet to become their own boss. Kind of sharing my experiences, skills and knowledge with anyone else wanting to make a similar transition to the one I made, because I quit my job back in October and I'm now doing this full time. So that's mainly what I'm concentrating on now, which is why I created my YouTube channel.
So what should others consider when thinking about starting an online business?
Obviously, we're talking about online business, but I really think this applies to any business. And I'm kind of stealing with pride from a great book that I read, and it's called Start With Why or Begin With Why. I think one of the two. It's by Simon Sinek, great book. And I would say on the back of that you really want to think about why, how, what, and something I would add to that is who. So we'll think about, why are you doing this? Why are you starting an online business? What is the purpose? What are you hoping to gain and achieve? What will bring you fulfillment through doing what you want to do? Because that is going to be really the driving force that gets you through the times where it gets really challenging. Because running a business, any kind of business, isn't easy, right? I think there's sometimes a misconception of, you sit at home, do nothing all day in your pajamas. That's not the case. So once you know why you want to start an online business, then you want to figure out how. So how are you going to make sure that what you end up doing brings you the fulfillment or the goals that you're working towards? And then you move on to what. So specifically, what are you going to be doing? Is it selling products? Is it affiliate marketing? Is it coaching? Is it consulting? All the myriad of different things you could be doing online. But it really starts with the why. And what Simon mentions in his book is a lot of people start with what, then how, then why. So if you ask someone, what do you do? They'll be able to tell you what they do. If you ask them, why do you do it? They'll be like, sometimes they really need to think about it. So the fourth thing I would add to that is who. Who can help you achieve the results you want to achieve with your online business? Because just like any other business, you'll have loads of ups and downs, and there are some days where you can just do it all yourself, and there are other days where you just need some guidance or some encouragement or even just someone to talk to. So I think those are the four things I would focus on. Absolutely not. I mean, if you've started on Amazon and it's going well for you, then no. One thing I would say, however, is to make sure that you are diversifying your income streams. So if you've made Amazon your only way of making money, I would really, really consider looking at your options as to how else you can bring in some profits. Because something that has happened to me more recently was that my account was suspended, and it was purely because I created a new account with Amazon. I didn't go through the verification process within the time frames that they set because I was on holiday, and they suspended my account. I sent God knows how many emails to the team, and they were just responding with standard responses. And I was getting so frustrated, and that was frustrating enough for me, and I didn't have any stock. I wasn't selling anything, but it gave me a glimpse as to how frustrating it really would be and how difficult it would have been had Amazon been my sole form of income. So no, absolutely not. If you've started selling on Amazon and it's going well for you, then carry on. Amazon, I think, is a great platform to get started with. What I would say, however, is make sure that as soon as you are able to, you diversify your income streams, because what you don't want to do is put all of your eggs in one basket. And let's say Amazon goes down tomorrow, which I know is very unlikely. You don't have a business, because they own your customers, they own the traffic, they have your stock. You literally don't have anything yourself. So I think it's very wise, even if Amazon is going really well for you, to make sure that you have different income streams so that if anything happens with Amazon, you're still okay and financially stable. So in your experience, what does it actually take to start the journey and reach your goals? Okay, so I would say vision. Vision is, for me, one of the most important things. You need to know what you're working towards. Like I said, you need to know why you're doing it and you need to know what it is that you want to do. Then I would probably say belief. You need to believe both in yourself and your capability to actually do it and in what you want to do. Because unless you believe in what you want to achieve, then, I mean, if you don't, why are you even doing it? And the third thing would probably be getting help. Not feeling like you have to do everything alone, because there are people out there who are already doing what you're doing. There are people out there who have been through what you're going through, whether it's technically or emotionally. And it's amazing the difference it can make when you actually reach out to other people and they get you to where you want to be faster, right? And I'm going to add a bonus one, which is to fuck perfection. And that's something I've personally struggled with for a long time. I would wait and think, I need the perfect time to do this, or I need for this specific task to be perfect, or this specific content to be perfect. And there's a quote, and I think it's done is better than perfect. I could be wrong, but it's something like that. There's no point striving for perfection and then letting that stop you from actually taking action, right? So if you are a perfectionist, like me, fuck perfection, just get it done and you will improve over time. So those are the 4 things I would say.
So thanks for coming onto the channel today. I really hope it helped you guys. And what we're going to do is I'm actually going to ask Veronica for some book recommendations, and I'll put those links in the description for you so you can go and check those out as well. So really appreciate you being here. Thanks. Is there any last words you want to say to the audience?
Just go for it. If setting up an online business is something you want to do, whether it's Amazon or something else, just do it, guys. Just do it. Just get started. You'll figure it out.
Awesome. And what we're also going to do, make sure you go and head over to Veronica's channel. I will put a link in the description. Check her out. She's got some awesome content coming. She's told me a little bit about it. I don't want to say any more. Head over there, subscribe to her channel, and we will see you in a video soon.
We'll do one of those driving around videos. Hey, dude.
I think the time...
I was fixing my hair.
All right.